Ordinals are so dead this week. So dead that holders of good projects and certain projects, not good projects, let me correct, got a free RSIC airdrop, which is currently at a floor price.
Airdrop season.
What airdrop season?
Wait. What is RSIC?
So RSIC is this mysterious inscription that was airdropped to a bunch of people. It has 21,000 supply, and the whole premise of it is actually a game on chain that allows you to mine Runecoin or the Rune token. And it has 21,000 supply. It was airdropped to, I think, Puppets, OMB, Node Monkeys, sub 10K, maybe Bandits, I heard?
Yes.
And maybe a couple other collections.
Yes, but some people had those collections too, and some of those people didn't get them. I know some degen wallets that got more, and some newbies that just got into the fray of ordinals got lucky. Good for them because they need a little head start.
Did you get any?
I did.
Awesome.
Did you get any?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so we all eaten, but free airdrop season. It's actually a really interesting
Full disclosure,
thing.
we have some.
All right,
full disclosure, we do have some.
Okay, who cares? We're not.
I already saw
Look,
some.
we see you in the chat, brother. We see you in the chat. Wook.
What's up, Wook? What's up? How you doing, Wook? Listen, how does it work?
So the whole premise of the game, so they actually inscribe like the rules of the game on like a certain inscription. But basically, when it goes into your wallet, if you want to activate the mining, so you have to transfer it to yourself to activate like the mining of the rune on your inscription. And past that, I think every block, once activating it, you get like 25 of the coin, and it goes on until it comes out in the halvening. People are arguing, it's like, oh, like I think they said something about being the first rune coin. And then RuneX was arguing about them having the first rune coin.
Yes.
So there's a lot of back and forth. And is this the official rune coin? I think no is the answer to that.
The answer is no.
And then,
Is it the
but it's
first?
cool.
No is the answer to that. We don't know.
It is a coin, and it is mining the same coin. But is Casey's coin going to be? It's going to be the official one.
Well, do you think Casey's behind it?
Well, I don't think so.
Why not?
Well, I do think so because I said that last night on the space. I think it might be a big psy-up and that he's in on it. But I do hear other things, though, too. I've asked around, and I'm not going to say who, but I don't think it's this project is Roxoshi's at all. Like,
So you don't think it's Casey's and you don't think it's Rocks?
I don't think so
like
at all.
A mysterious third man person that we don't know about.
I think that it is somebody that is like unknown and that is just very clever at game theory and is putting a stamp, putting their stamp.
Is it you?
It's definitely not me.
Is it Troy?
It's definitely not me. But my question is this the start of the Bitcoin airdrop meta?
Oh, I think so. I think like anytime you have some crazy, that everyone's like talking about, there's thousands of dollars now. This is what, $40 million market cap?
21,000.
I mean, what's the floor right now?
The floor is
15 to
0.04.
Okay, not
so
bad.
$1,600.
$1,600.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But I mean, it was 0.055 yesterday.
5.5, I think, as well.
Yeah,
like the top. But I think anytime you have something like that where it's like, holy shit, like this is a lot of free money for people. Automatically, there's copies.
It starts the meta.
Automatically. Yeah,
but also,
meta.
starting as like speaking of meta, I actually saw a lot of people pissed on Twitter because like certain whale wallets were only getting it or certain people were only getting it. So a lot of people, like Leonidas, he was saying it's unfair. It's kind of like a rigged game in a sense.
What is fair though? What is fair? What is fair?
Fair is I get money and you don't. I don't know. There is no fair in crypto.
Troll, like, what is fair, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen this on the timeline. Like, what is fair?
You know what? I think I even cried today. Like, things aren't fair, and you have to dance with the fucking world, man. You gotta you come into a room, things are in disarray. You gotta find your place again, and things start happening again. So what am I talking about? I think you bring up Leonidas, and he did this kind of like really cool thing, and if you want to talk about Leonidas, like if you want to talk about who you might think is in the cabal, you would think him. But then again, he does this whole tweet where he's like gathering money that he's not trying to control, but start out this new project that dropped today with a Discord called Rune Stone.
So the thing with Runestone, and it's basically, and like you're talking about, what makes fair? I don't think this space is fair at all. Like fair does not exist in the world or in the
fair does not exist in this dojo.
You
fair does not exist in this dojo.
That kind of like follow that incentive. So the whole thing with Leo is the reason he's starting this is because the way that RSIC was distributed was not fair. So he's kind of starting this community in sense of, hey, let's make our own coin or our own rune aspect and airdrop it to the people who are all in Ordinals.
Yeah, like 100,000.
Get involved.
Sorry, I cut you off. But basically 100,000.
You want.
100,000.
Troy, I have a question.
Are we on
for you
the same show? Listen, to 100,000 wallets, and he's also with no control of the 10% that this RSIC Game dev does, or that team does.
Yeah.
That was the whole point too.
Is that they were keeping 10%, and that's like unfair.
I mean, it just
the whole team supply thing is we've gone back and forth on that. Like
he thinks that it would run more if that 10% was just distributed now.
Yeah.
You know. It was
Well,
the
listen,
point.
Wook says in the chat here, fair, grow a pair. I sort of agree with him, right? But Troy, I want to ask you something though. Do you think if what Leonidas is going to do, or like anyone else, even if it wasn't Leonidas, if they did something that was more fair, I'm doing air quotes because we really don't know what the fuck fair is.
No.
It would be, or sort of have more value than RSIC? Like, is the unfairness what gives it a little bit of value?
I just think it's a distraction.
Right, because like, who are they airdropping it to?
Can I answer?
Yes.
So I just think it's a distraction on top of another distraction, and it's fun. And then now you have Leonidas that's going to bring another distraction to this, and I'm just trying to build a fucking project and then bring artists to Ordinals. But that's my own personal story.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm there. I'm glad I have some. I'm farming it. It's doing its thing. It's digital mining on another wallet of mine. But I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just following the rules, and hopefully it works out for me, but hopefully it works out for some of the people that got lucky. I don't know.
The holder distribution is also really interesting with RSIC, because if you look, so there's 21,000 supply. There's only 3% listed. And if we look at all the wallets and all the projects that got airdropped to, those are projects with like diamond dick holders. Those are projects with holders who are here for Ordinals, are here for long term, and like don't really care about like some free like 0.04. I care about it. I love it, but I'm also holding some because it's like, what if this actually takes off? People are doing like crazy comparisons where it's like one RSIC is equal to 60 to 70K in value when it drops. And I'm like,
there's
always
always
that's kind of like
always
extreme
gonna be
opium.
speculation.
Well, like hope and speculation,
Yeah.
but speculation moves markets.
Do you so like question here? What happens if it's not Casey? Like, do you have a problem with it? Do you give
I don't
a
think
fuck?
it matters who the founder is at this point, because one, it's printed a lot of people money. Two, it's actually a really sick, interesting concept. But three, it also has OG provenance to inscription number 126.
Yep.
So it's kind of like the creator's way of saying, hey, I've been here since day one. I know what the fuck I'm doing. It doesn't matter who I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think it's like rock or whatever, but it's on that rock, and I think those people do know who it is. I think it's an unsung hero.
I think to your question, though,
I think it's an unsung hero.
Yeah, I mean, someone we just don't know. Troy, I think to your question, though, like, do we like it more if it's Casey behind it? Do you like Ordi more because Domo's behind it? Like, no one necessarily do.
No, I just like it because it made us money.
Exactly what he said.
It doesn't matter who's behind it.
Number go up.
If number go up.
Yeah.
If number go up, yes. I mean, listen, if you knew who was behind Pepe, if you knew who was in the nest of what Pepe did, you
Are you talking about like the shitcoin Pepe?
Yes.
Like the one that rugged and then made a
You
fat
probably
comeback?
would walk 180 degrees in the other direction. When Fez coin, Sanj, soon. I got that.
So not knowing who the founder is gives it more value, or could give it more value.
I think it adds just to like because to me, I've always found it so fascinating that the founder of Bitcoin, Satoshi's anonymous.
Yeah.
It just adds like a cool factor to it.
If you were to come back, would Bitcoin just price just?
I think that'd be bearish.
Well,
I'd be so bearish.
let's talk about copycats. Like from now till the halvening, what other things could be happening that could be built alongside of this or copycat? Because there's going to be copycats.
There always is.
I don't know. What do you think?
There's
about
gonna
that?
be. There's gonna be a ton of
Runestone,
copycats.
like what Leo just dropped, is basically a copycat of that, and like a more kind of similar matter. But if we're talking about airdrop season and metas, if this starts a meta and people are like, hey, RSIC printed, I think other things will print too. Maybe it starts an actual free airdrop season where we all get paid out.
I mean, I liked it. Listen,
But who knows?
Leo did a thing where it's kind of the opposite in vibe. People gave money. I mean, people were dropping $1,000.
I don't think anyone's given any money. I think they've committed.
They've committed. They've
right?
committed. Yes.
Who knows how hard commit that is?
They've committed, but it definitely feels a lot better than, not to bring up OX Poly and Pepe, but like it feels better than what he's doing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But speaking of cats and copying,
I love you, Van Gogh. I'm sorry. The ordinals you hold are cool.
We see you, Van Gogh.
let's talk about quantum cats.